If you have lower back pain, I'm gonna show you one stretch that's helped literally millions of people make their lower back feel better. And I'll be honest with you, it's not the stretch that you probably are thinking about. In fact, most people, when their lower back aches, they do something like this to stretch their hamstrings. But when you round your back like this, you can actually make things worse. And so instead of doing stretches like that, or maybe even stretching your muscles like the outsides of your hips like this, which can help sometimes, the number one stretch you need to do is the stretch that brings your pelvis back into a good position. Let me explain. Oftentimes when people have lower back pain or SI joint pain, the reason this is happening is because your spine is tilted forward like this, which is causing more pressure on the discs and the nerves that are running through your lower back. This causes that pinchy pain where your hip and your spine meet and can often cause pain in your lower back and all the way down your legs as well. And so what we want to do is we want to take our pelvic position from this where our spine is forward back to the center. When everything is in the center and stacked appropriately, your body and your back will feel so much better. For a lot of you, this means you have what's called an anterior pelvic tilt, where your pelvis is tilted forward like this. Again, creating a larger angle in the lower back and creating more pressure on the discs and the nerves. And if you look at my posture right here, then where are the muscles that are tight? Are they the hamstring muscles on the back side of the body? Probably not. Those are already fairly loose on most people with this pelvic posture. Where they actually are is the muscles right here on the front of the hips and the deep ones real deep inside the core called the psoas muscles that attach to your spine and to your lower body. These muscles tilt the pelvis forward and keep you stuck in this position. And people with this type of pelvic posture have a significantly higher likelihood of having back pain throughout their lives. So, how do we stretch these muscles and make sure that our pelvis goes back to the center? I'm gonna show you right now. My favorite way to stretch these muscles is to use a chair. So what you're gonna do is come up to a chair, kneel on the chair just like this, place your hand on the back of the chair, and then swing your other leg forward. Now this next tip is incredibly important because if you do it wrong, you're gonna end up hurting your lower back rather than helping it. When you turn your hips forward and start to come forward like this, we wanna feel a stretch in the hip flexor. But a lot of people with this type of pelvic posture, as they come forward, their pelvis will come forward and you'll end up arching your lower back like this. All right, so if this is you, where your lower back is arched like this, instead of being here, what we want to do is come back to the start, tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes. I like to imagine pointing my tailbone towards the ground. Now keep the pelvis there as you come forward. That's going to give you a nice deep stretch in this back hip. And what you're going to do is hold this for 60 seconds on the right side, and then switch and hold it for 60 seconds on the left side. Now for some of you, kneeling on a chair isn't in the cards. It's probably something that might hurt your knees, or maybe you don't have a chair that's appropriate. So doing the same stretch in a standing position, where you take a nice lunge step forward and backward, turn the pelvis, tuck the tailbone, and then come forward, is another fantastic alternative. And you should do this stretch every day, at least once a day, for just 1 minute each side. And when you do, it's gonna take your pelvis from this and slowly, over the next couple weeks, to this, which is gonna take that pressure off your lower back and make your body feel so much better.